Samuel Sharp. Say his name!
Samuel Sharp!
Say his name!
Samuel Sharp!
Say his name!
Samuel Sharp!
Justice for!
Samuel Sharp!
Justice for!
Samuel Sharp!
Justice for!
Samuel Sharp!
Thank you so much, everyone. We're gathered here today with the Mitchell family and the Sharp family. We're going to hear from both families to talk about their cases and their fight for justice. As you can see, you're here, I know, for the RNC, but look at what the RNC brought to us.
That's right.
We warned y'all. We warned the city. And now there's blood on the city's hands once again. So up first, I'm going to welcome Latrice to speak on behalf of the Mitchell family. Give it up.
We want to first say thank you to everyone for coming out and supporting the family. It's been 2.5 weeks now since Devontae's murder. For those of you that don't know, on Sunday, June 30th, 2024, the employees at the Hyatt Hotel killed my cousin, Devontae L. Mitchell. There's a video. At first, I want everybody to know that initially they tried to sweep this underneath the rug. The media, the story that the Hyatt gave the media was that a man came into the Hyatt causing a nuisance, and when police arrived, he was unresponsive. They forgot to mention that they beat the hell out of him until he died, and that he was begging for his life. Thankfully, a passerby who happened to be passing by when she heard all of the commotion caught it on video. She caught the last few minutes of my cousin's life on video. And we're here to get justice. No arrests have been made. No charges have been made. We've been pushing, and we've been pushing hard. And because of the help from the media and the community, we finally got, the police captain to reach out to us. We got, some cooperation from the DA. And the Hyatt has been making statements, but they have not reached directly out to the family. Even though we made some progress, we still need to continue to do hard pushes, because the DA is now saying that it's going to take, I think, 3 weeks before any charges can be filed, because they're waiting on autopsy results. So until then, we will continue to march, we will continue to protest, because no one should be comfortable until some arrests and charges have been made. I'm going to introduce my cousin Darrell, Devontae's brother, to speak.
Can you tell us your name again, ma'am?
I'm Latrisa Giles, Latrisa Giles, Giles, and I'm Devontae's first cousin.
Yes, my name is Darrell Giles, Darrellgiles. They murdered my brother at the Hyatt Hotel here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 333 Kilbourne Street. They murdered my brother. They stood on him for 15 minutes. They beat on him for 15 minutes. That's unacceptable. We need justice, and we're looking for justice for my brother. So please, everybody, the community, we need everybody to reach out, because this is a tragedy, and we will not stand for it.
My name is Naisha Mitchell. Devontae was my brother. I was his big sister. We are definitely going to keep fighting for justice here. We appreciate all you guys' support. We just ask for the community to keep on coming out here with us, keep standing with us until we get some answers. No one has been charged. No one has been arrested. They're saying that they're waiting on autopsy results, but we saw the video. We all saw the video. Why do we need autopsy results to determine if these people need to be arrested or convicted of a crime? We saw them murder him in broad daylight. We need answers, and we want it now, and we need justice now.
So as you can see, there's been an interruption in the process of justice because of the RNC. It's gotten in the way of justice for the family of Devontae Mitchell. So up next we have another representative. You want to speak?
I'm Samantha Mitchell, Devontae's first cousin, Samantha Mitchell. I just want to echo the thoughts of the charges that have not been filed yet. There were only four charges referred to the DA's office, but there were more than 4 people who were involved in his death. It started from the inside of the Hyatt. My family saw that footage from the inside, and it continued outside. So it wasn't just those 4 people that you saw, that some of us saw on the video, who are responsible for ending his life. And I want to call out to the Milwaukee community. We need to see more of you out here with us. We want you all marching with us. This is our city. This is somebody here. I've seen many people from our community marching for George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, all of those people, but this is someone local, and we need to stick together. We need to stand together, stand with us, stand with the other family who's out here as well, and keep pushing for justice, and we'll see y'all, marching with us as we continue this fight for justice.
Justice for who?
Devontae Mitchell.
Justice for who?
Devontae Mitchell.
Justice for who?
Devontae Mitchell.
When do we want it?
Now.
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 We literally do that chant every time we see each other now. It sucks. In real life, it really sucks. That's how I greet my family now. His mother, his brother, his sister, his other brother, his other cousins. Milwaukee isn't so small. It isn't. They try to make us small, but we're not. We won the NBA championship. We got the RC. I don't even care. I don't even care what it's called. Because it doesn't show compassion for my family, other families. There was a tragedy a couple years ago that was literally catty corner to the Hyatt. Literally, black man killed by law enforcement for being at the wrong place at the wrong time. But I thought this was the land of the free. I don't get it. Since when does not being the richest, or not being the palest, or not having a suit on, or like, when does that matter? Like, when does life become about who's better than the next, or who's the most and who's the least? Like, I don't get it. I never in a million years thought it to be my family. I never thought every week we'll be doing some type of protest, some type of march, some type of like shed some type of light on this situation. They come here and make money off our city, but when we hurting and we need them, they not there. They turn their back on us. At this point, we on the outside. They probably watching us from their beautiful binoculars and fine wine glasses and going on about their life. But we got to remember those seconds, those moments where I had to see my cousin's body on Facebook, Instagram. But I didn't see it enough on CNN, Fox, all these local or big or wherever they, I never. Yeah. Obviously, we're going to continue to make noise. Sometimes you can be distracted, but it doesn't matter. We're going to be here. We've been here. We're not going anywhere. He really doesn't know I'm probably the loudest one in my family, to be honest. I'm trying to be cool. I'm really trying to be cool, to be honest. But the best thing I can say right now to just probably like outdo him is say simple: justice for who?
Devontae Mitchell.
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 When do we want it?
Now.
When do we want it?
Now.
When do we want it?
Now.
And you know what? We have to pay the same respects to the family that's also here supporting us. Sam Sharp, same situation. Treated as if he didn't matter. He mattered to us. We just want you to understand he could have been your family member. He could have been your brother, your cousins. He could have been your loved one. He could have been the same color as you. He could have been your pet dog. People care more about pets than they about humans these days. It's crazy. They care more about that. So we just gonna continue to be here and ask, just ask. We not begging, but we asking. If you got any type of compassion, any love, any type of morals for life, you'll respect the fact that we all need you. We gotta stand here together. They don't hear us until we all chant. They don't hear it. We can be louder than them any given day. We obviously still produce, and we come in stronger every time. So until we get justice, I'm gonna continue to say, justice for who?
Devontae Mitchell.
Justice for who?
Devontae Mitchell.
Samuel Sharp.
Samuel Sharp.
Because justice for who?
Samuel Sharp.
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 Because it's about all of us, not just one.
That's right.
That reach all of us in a different way. We all brothers and sisters out here. We are. No matter what they tell you, it's us against them. They gonna keep making rules. We gonna have to keep breaking rules. Because they're breaking all the codes of ethics. All of them. And my name is Carl Harris. Karlhars. First cousin of Devontae Mitchell. Now a new friend of Mr. Sam Sharp. And we're going to get through this together. Thank y'all.
Thank you to Devontae's family. Up next, I'm going to welcome Katrina, aunt of Sam Sharp. Katrina.
My name is Katrina Gaines. My name is Katrina Gaines, Katrina Games. I'm here on behalf of my nephew for his mother's sake. The video that everyone see of my nephew, they see him holding knives. You know the media is gonna just blow that up, but my nephew was being beat down by the guy that he had those knives on yesterday. He came to my sister's house yesterday morning telling us that this guy is picking on him. Now most people that know Sam Sharp, they know that he has MS and his gait is unbalanced. And so we told him, just come on home, you don't have to be down there. So he said, well, my dog is there. He loved that dog. He loved animals. So he went down to get the dog. He stopped at someone's house, as far as we know, and they gave him 2 paring knives from what we were told, because he said how those guys had stomped and beat him. He went to the police. They didn't do anything about it. He went down to get his dog, and the guy that he was fighting started antagonizing him, knowing that he really couldn't walk. So he was so angry because they was trying to mess with his tent, mess with him, mess with his dog. He just got tired of it. He wanted to be on his own with his MS. He didn't want us to feel like we had to take care of him or burden him. He told us all that God told him to go and help in that community. And that's what he did. Now, when he was younger, he did have some issues and he made some mistakes, but he lived his life for 13, 14 years without no police involvement or anything. my nephew just wanted to get his dog and come home. But this guy, who he was fighting, was antagonizing him. And I hope he feels really good because messing with this guy who has MS, who is crippled, who has lesions on his brain, and for you to mess with him like that, and then he was laughing and taunting at him because he knew he couldn't catch him. And he thought it was funny. And the police, they seen what they seen. And when they were asking him to stop, we as a family knows that he was trying to catch his balance to stop the turn, because if you know him, and there are people that know him, know that he doesn't even walk well. He can barely go up 3 flights of steps. But for the police to just shoot him like that, 27 bullets, come on, and you shot my nephew like that. You shot him. It didn't take all of that. If he was someone else, if he was a different race, and I hate to bring race in this because I have all races in my family, but you wouldn't have killed him like that. You wouldn't have shot him like that. 27 bullets. And all this he was doing was trying to protect himself. He went to the police and they did nothing. And now my nephew is shot. He is shot and he is dead, and it is just horrible. Because it was just too much. They could have at least tased him or something. But they just gunned him down because it was just another fucking nigger they could shoot. And that's how I feel about it. And I'm sorry to even have to say those words, but that's how I feel. You shot him like that. You could have just tased him. You ran up on him and you shot him. You didn't even give him a chance to stop. If you look at that video, he didn't even get 2 seconds to pause and stop. And if they would have at least just waited and seen, they would have seen his gait was unbalanced. He wouldn't have been shot like that. They could have tased him. They didn't have to kill him. I just can't say it.
Hello, can y'all hear me? Yes. This really don't make no sense, y'all. What's your name, sister? My name is Angelique Sharp. I'm Sam Sharp's sister. ANGELRQUE Sharp. First of all, this Bible and that Bible that my sister holding, this is all that's left for Sam, besides his dog that they took. Let me tell you about this Bible. He gave it to me 10 months ago. When he moved out the house, he said that Jehovah told him to come down here with the other brothers, houseless and unsheltered brothers and sisters of ours, and let them know that Jehovah wanted them to know that he hadn't forgotten about them and that he loved them and that he wanted to come down and pray with them and be a part of the community like Jesus did. And I didn't understand. And Sam opened up this Bible because I have a lot of trauma, race relations trauma. And he opened up this Bible and showed me a scripture. And he said, Angelique, I need you to know this. He said, I know you're angry, but he said, God is impartial. God only see your heart. He don't see color. And I said, Sam, but the world do. And it's hard. It's hard to try to see through God's eyes. But he said, Angelique, vengeance belongs to God. It belongs to Jehovah. And that's something that really stuck with me. And so I think about my brother, and I think about what's all been happening. First of all, would you hold this so I could just speak for a second? Yeah, so what I need y'all to know is my brother called home. First of all, we visited him on a regular basis. He called home on Saturday. I was on a nap. My mother called me. I missed her call. The second time I answered her call, posted this on my Facebook. The police have not contacted us. Asked not one question. Everything that they're doing is one-sided. They're sitting here, building up an investigation, talking to the perpetrator. A man that's been premeditating murdering my brother. I called my brother. It's on the call log. It's on my phone, in my purse, and it's on the Facebook. You can't make that up. My mother told me, and she was hysterical. She said, Angelique, Sam just called me. He told me that there's a guy down in the camp that promised that he's going to kill him, his dog, and burn up his tent. And he's fearful about it. And it's serious. You need to call him. I called my brother. Again, this is on a call log, on my Facebook, on my phone. Police have not contacted me. Asked not one question at all. I don't know how y'all do an investigation without y'all putting video out here. Now, there's two sides to a fence. We know that, right? So there's the side where you can have video with no context. But then you can also have an investigation with no video, right? So we're saying, yeah, we want the full investigation. My brother, well, I called him and I said, Sam, what's going on? He repeated the same thing to me about this guy. He said, Angelique, he was like, Angelique, I don't want you involved. You don't need to call, you don't need to get involved. You don't need to call the police, anything. He was like, if this guy run up on me, I'm gonna have to protect myself. So you have a video of a man that's defending himself. That, again, like my aunt said, has multiple sclerosis.
Right.
He has lesions on his brain and on his spine. He is documented, fully documented, went to doctor appointments. If you know about MS, you know that this throws off your sensation, your balance. My brother could not walk. He was not launching. My brother was stumbling forward. And if you look on the shadow video, he was stumbling forward. And on the video, that was edited and it was paused. We want the whole video for one. Okay? Because again, these guys, again, that guy knew that my brother was not, he wasn't physically stealth enough to actually physically fight him. A child, an elderly person will bring a weapon. If someone approached you and tried to fight you, they didn't have guns, they didn't have shirts on. Sam was known not to wear a shirt. But this is not being properly investigated. It is highly disrespectful. And what's also hurtful is that this is a city that me, my aunt, we work hard in for our community. To have people come from the outside that don't know nothing about this community. You don't know, these are veterans, other people with mental health, physical ailments, different things that are going on. Without the proper training, how do you just address a situation without fully getting the information? I do believe that not only the issue that they had could have been addressed and handled properly, but they could have shot in the air. If a bullet went off right now, everybody in here was scattered. Why would they put a bullet in the air and let them scatter and figure out what's happening? Or a taser. It's too many things, too many scenarios that we think could have de-escalated the situation. Again, my brother did not have time to respond, or he never had time to even turn around. When you emotional, your adrenaline is high, you feel like your life is threatened, and you face to face confront with somebody, if me and this guy was confronted with someone and you coming from back here somewhere, yelling, we can't hear you. Neither one of them turned around and heard those commands. And you wouldn't have either. And I want y'all to remember, all of y'all up there, all of y'all out here that are parents, when your kids grow up and they get into an altercation and they feel like they got to protect themselves, because we live in a country where everybody wants to protect themselves, how do you want to walk up on a situation watching your child in an altercation with someone else? How would you want that situation to be handled? Because by the police, because there's no way you're going to tell me you want it to be handled like that. There's not no officer, it ain't no mayor, it ain't no chief of police that's going to tell me that you would want a situation to be escalated like that did not have a gun. Talking about this is immediate threat to life. How do we know if the police killed the perpetrator or the victim here? How do we know?
Bring it out.
We sick of this, we tired of it, we want answers, and for now, all I'm going to say is we appreciate every single person that's come out day after day, that supported our family. We love Sam. We're going to always advocate for him. Y'all not going to make him out to be a knife-wielding criminal because that's not who he was. The streets know him. The police don't. Y'all don't get to tell the story and tell the narrative. We're gonna tell it. We're sick of it, and today that narrative stops today.
That's right.
It stops today. Sam was not that guy. He was not that guy. We grew up in Germantown. We went to predominantly white schools. We dealt with racism our whole life. My father was a drafted, Sam Sharp Sr. was a drafted Vietnam veteran who fought for his country. Probably half of the reason why half of these people here is because our dad answered that call to the Vietnam War. He couldn't even share a water fountain or a toilet with his camaraderies fighting for this country. So don't come here telling us that y'all gonna disregard my brother's life like he was a nothing. This ain't y'all community. Coming here thinking that y'all gonna dispose of our loved ones, you're not gonna do it. You're simply just not gonna do that here. I would rather have had the Milwaukee Police Department, who know the people of this community, to have at least had an opportunity to address this situation before people who have no ties to this community and don't care nothing about our extended family members down there. I'm done.
Main thread that goes through the issue of Devontae Mitchell and Samuel Sharp is racism. And we in Milwaukee know about racism quite well. Yesterday, we actually had a chance to celebrate a victory in the midst of all of this madness in Milwaukee. I know we're going to be so glad when them folks leave our town, our horrible city. But as you can tell, we got a lot of great leaders in Milwaukee, But yesterday, the Milwaukee Police Association decided to throw in the towel on their efforts to keep us from having video released to the families within 48 hours and to the community with 15 days. Give it up for that. It took us 3 years to win that fight. And 15 months ago, we stood right out here by the bench named after Dontre Hamilton, and we celebrated for one night. And the very next day, the Milwaukee Police Association filed an injunction to try to stop the community from seeing video within 48 hours and 15 days. And we knew that was wrong. That was wrong. So it's called Standard Operation Procedure 575. And Chief Norman said he was going to abide by that, so we expect him to keep his word, because only last night someone was in a shootout with the Milwaukee police. So the family should be able to see that video within 48 hours. Our community should be able to see that video within 15 days, and we expect Chief Norman to abide by his word. That's right. Finally, I want to thank all of the families, especially today, the family of Mitchells and the family of the Sharp family. It's that kind of families that are not afraid. They're not afraid to take on this fight, and they know that an injury to one is an injury to all. What affects their family affects our family. So I want to shout out the families that were involved in making sure that we helped pass Standard Operation Procedure 575. And if I miss any names, comrades from the Milwaukee Alliance, please help me out. And you can repeat the names after me. The first name is the family of Dontre Hamilton. The other family, Samuel Rodriguez. Alvin Cole. Jay Anderson Jr. Larry Jody Jenkins. Breon Green. Sylvia Furion. Earl Lawson. Joel Acevedo. Roberto Zielinski. Keyshawn Thomas. Now, there's two other families that stepped forward. Interesting about these cases, they weren't murdered by the police or disregarded by the jail people, the jail cell people, but two families of Diamond Arbery and Bobby Brown Jr. Their families came forward because they wanted to see the video too, and the police told them they couldn't see the video because it was under investigation. And if you call the police, they say it's under investigation. It's under investigation for a year. It's under investigation for 2 years. It's under investigation forever. And these families get no answers from the Milwaukee Police Department. So that's something that else has to change.
Shame! Shame!
I spoke with the mother of Larry Jody Jenkins, who was viciously shot by the same cop that brutally beat up Frank Jude Jr. many years ago. I spoke with Miss Jenkins today, and she said, you know, Brian, we got a whole lot of more work to do. And I said, you're not lying. Because the same thing that goes for the Milwaukee Police Department that has to release video, we got to get that jail that is under no supervision other than the chief or the sheriff herself. There's no accountability at the jail. We want video released by the jail too when there's a crime committed there. And what we say in the Milwaukee Alliance, I want y'all to help me out. Truth, transparency in the whole damn video. Truth, transparency in the whole damn video. Truth, transparency in the whole damn video. So we can, very good. So I want to thank again all of the people that signed our petitions, over a couple thousand people that signed the petitions to bring about Standard Operating Procedure 575, all of the organizations that help us picket, the Milwaukee Police Association, and all of the families of all of the people that we just named to thank you. I just want to thank you. And we also got to stop, speaking of more work to do, we got to stop these stupid police chases. They talk about reckless driving. Well, there's no more reckless driving than these police chasing people through the community. And a lot of people have been killed and hurt because of that. Again, just the other day, and thank God they didn't die. So again, some of you might want to ask, well, why did it take Chief Norman so long yesterday? We waited for hours for Chief Norman to come to the press conference. And with my suspicious mind, I'm sure they had to get their story straight. They had, you know, it always begins with the cover-up. Right. And what did they say? What did Chief Norman say? And what did the mayor say after him? That they saved a life. Hell no, they took a life. That's right. They took a life. They didn't save a life, they took a life. That's right. So again, families, thank you. Thank you for standing up and knowing that an injury to one is an injury to all. We're going to fight these fights together. And the Milwaukee Alliance, you should know, we don't make any moves unless you give it the approval. So we don't move without you. We're gonna move together. We're gonna move in unity, and united we stand.
Divided we fall.
United we stand.
Divided